going to be doing something a little bit different today. We are not going to be interviewing a speaker, but we're going to be interviewing kind of ourselves and taking a reflection on our previous speakers and what we've learned from it. We've been on this podcast since November of last year, and thank you so much for everyone who supported us, who showed up, who actually watched the YouTube recordings as well. It's been wonderful to have your guys' support. It keeps me and Tiffany accountable as well with keeping up with this, you know. I can say that I'm a nervous wreck at times, but this is where growth happens.
Yep.
And yeah.
And we're learning aside everybody who is also listening. So thank you for being part of our journey and being part of this experience.
So we'll take a quick recap on our speakers. Our very first one was Brittany. She was for like November, December? I think it was December. Yeah. So what was your take on Brittany?
Brittany, she was all about her systems. So what I learned from her is just leveraging other people's skills too. Like as an entrepreneur, I know we always feel like we have to wear all the hats. We have to be good at everything, but creating those systems like really help make things flow.
Yeah.
I know that's huge for me. Like the systems part, I definitely need her help with this.
Have you incorporated any like systems from the last talk that she had?
Using like CRMs.
Oh,
Just a little bit of a CRM. I haven't gone way deep into it, but exploring different ways to automate things.
Oh yeah, automation has been great, especially if you want to market or if you don't have the time to like blast your clients or your prospects, you know. You always want to, I think, stay on top of it, but it's hard to do it all by yourself. So systems are amazing. And if you don't have one, get with Brittany. She'll be able to help you diagnose what you need and offer you that.
And then Jeanette, what was your take on Jeanette's, the content? What did she call it? The content capsule stylist.
Yeah, so content capsule stylist, I think that's what it was, if I recall. Social media, use the platforms. You have your own voice, your energy. Use AI to help you with like scripts or anything like that. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and put your message out there, because you never know who's gonna need it. And also, I think it breaks, the barrier of public speaking. It's not necessarily like you're standing in front of a room in a room with a bunch of people. It's just you and your phone or you and your camera, right? Kind of like what we're doing right now. But to me, it's like it takes the nerves away,
And something she did mention that I was like, oh yeah, that's a really good thing, was do something that you're already comfortable doing while you're sharing that message. Like I remember you did the one where you were eating. And you were just talking about the IUL. Yep.
I think it was more personable too, because it's like, oh, it's another human being eating. Like the curiosity comes up, like, is this a foodie blog or something? And then I came out with like, oh, IULs, right?
Yep.
So a little psychology over there. And then we had our very own Nancy Rocks, all the way from LA. She is with biz2biz.world. She was all types of mixed martial arts, and she was also a Reiki healer, I believe. What was your take on her? I think I'm missing something. What else did she promote?
She's a business coach too.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So what was a good takeaway from Nancy?
I think it was for her being a business coach. I think it was if I recall, finding the right mentor, really partnering up with a person who kind of vibes with you, because you can be under someone's wing and things are not moving because you guys aren't like meshing. And so she was really about it's kind of like finding your favorite dim sum or whatever, right?
Mhm.
There's a certain way it's made or something like this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going back to
That's
food.
okay. I was like
Um,
finding someone that aligns with you.
yeah.
And I remember her talking about, was it accountability too?
Mm-hmm.
So just taking accountability for what I like as a leader, as a mentor, taking accountability for what you say you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
was that her? Yeah.
And it was more of like communicating, right?
Yes.
Sometimes we don't get along with our mentors because we're not communicating on the same way that we communicate,
Mhm.
you know? And just having those expectations of like, oh, I'm gonna ride with one person and like that's it, and then giving up. Like it's kind of like going to therapy.
You're not shop for the right one.
Exactly. You gotta find the right like therapist. In this case, the right mentor.
Yep.
The right business mentor.
And then our own Veronica Hernandez. She is with Biz to Biz. What was your takeaway from her?
Women are incredible. As her being a single mom, you know, she persevered. She's been in the industry for over 10 years. She finally found the right IMO to be with.
Vehicle, yeah.
And, you know, it was just very empowering that she didn't lose faith in herself and what she believed she could do.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from nursing, she like expanded herself to help the community more.
Mm-hmm.
And just hearing how her kids treat her after the years that they're hyping her up without her even like saying, hey, help me out, you know, like they're promoting her naturally because they see how much she loves doing this. So that was a good take of don't quit on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like when the times get tough, like don't quit, like and be willing to ask for help.
Yeah, another thing that really stuck out for me with Veronica is having those transferable skills, like from working in the healthcare industry to be able to, you know, learn to have those difficult conversations. Because she works in hospice, right?
I'm not sure if it's hospice, some
kind of
medical
healthcare.
health.
Yeah. So having the ability to have those conversations with people and like support them through difficult times.
Yeah.
And having, you know, being able to help people prepare for the future.
For sure.
So I think that's really cool to see someone people coming from other industries working in our field.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that kind of leads on to the next speaker, Vero, who is a holistic healer. She is a veteran as well, but she learned nonviolent communication, or NVC, and she had shared during her talk 2 different outlines of how to identify these emotions, right? And it was a great list because it helped expand vocabulary. You know, we can't just say, oh, we're mad, when really we're just irritated, right?
Or like, if you're mad, like, are you actually sad? Or are you just hungry?
Right? Like hunger makes you go through different experiences. And I think for her, what I've learned was really like identifying those emotions within yourself. Then you can also identify that with other people. And you know, our industry, we're people facing, we're all constantly in contact with other human beings, and we're only human, right? So for the newbies coming into the industry or any sales or anything like that, like how well can you take a no, right? Because some people get triggered with that, triggered. But she teaches you not to be triggered and just to understand, like, what are these emotions coming up for me? How do I then handle it or stay with it, but then not let it overtake your logical movement in that sense, I guess.
Like not taking those no's personally, because it could be just like, no, not right now, or time to circle back, or maybe they're going through something and it's just like not a good time right now, and that's okay. And how are you going to regulate your emotions as a salesperson?
And you know, with this, I see it as like for us, we just connect as a human being. We're
Mhm.
not really selling. They already understand that they want to buy something, but they want to buy it from another human being that connects with them, and this
Yeah.
is a way to connect with them. So educate yourself so you can educate others, and it's that connection that allows them to say yes to you. Like, yeah, okay, I'll get this from you instead of going to someone else. And then
Miss Erica Rodriguez.
yes,
That was our last speaker, and she really talked about being a team player.
Yeah.
Like as a team leader, it's important not just to be like delegating everything, but also like linking arms, like being a friend, being a human.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really powerful because she was mentioning like if someone's having a hard day, she'll show up and be like, okay, let's go get coffee. Like what's up? Let's go get coffee instead of just like, okay, let's only talk business all the time, because life happens. Life is lifing.
Yeah, I think that she touches ground on, we can't just, as team players and leaders, we can't just talk about numbers all the time. It goes back to Vero's aspect, right? Like, just because the numbers aren't hitting, like, it doesn't mean that they're not good. And as Tiffany said, there might be some underlying cause to, your teammate not being able to produce, and they just need that shoulder to lean on. And she brought it down to like, be a friend. That's how her team grew. Like, if they can't afford certain things, as a leader, you kind of do have to sacrifice of like, oh, I got you on this. Don't worry about it. I want you to not worry about something because I have it, right? And it's also sacrificing as a human being, like, and a leader. I think she stated like her dad was in the hospital and she just showed up to the meeting that same day because, she had, number one, her faith that her dad was going to be okay, but number two, she had more faith in the team that she was nurturing, right? And so
I think like kind of what you were mentioning, her story, she was talking about just keeping your word. That was a big one. Like, if you're gonna say something, like if you say you're gonna do something, she came and she did it. Even if it was, I think she said she just showed up and she had to like go out pretty soon, right? But she showed up, and I think that's what a lot of people, like new people, want to see in leaders. It's just, can they trust you?
Yeah, can they trust you? And the way that people trust you is your word. What did I say? You can't just talk it, you gotta walk it.
Yeah.
So like with all our speakers, I can't wait for our next one. We have a really good lineup here. And these are some people that we haven't heard from in a while, but they're there. They're in the background. They're doing their work. But since December or since November of last year, where have you been in your personal or business experience? Like, update us on what's been happening throughout all this that's been going on. What's been happening?
Well, I am back in the Bay Area. I road tripped back to the Bay Area from Florida. It was a great time. It was 8 days of trekking along, felt kind of like a pioneer.
Yeah. She feel like a pioneer.
I did. And it was a good experience, just stopping and seeing all different terrains in the U.S. Like, we went from tropical down to like country to over to like New Mexico, so like the desert. We saw the mountains. It's so nice to see the mountains in Utah. And then we went back to Vegas.
Okay.
And then we drove up the Central Coast and back to back to the Bay Area.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we got to see all different seasons. We drove through this like crazy rainstorm.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Where was that at?
That was in like Mississippi.
Rainstorm, like as in like tornado-ist or hurricane, like what?
No. It was like just like heavy rain.
Oh,
You could barely see. It was like dark in the country.
Oh my god!
But it was kind of fun on the passenger side.
Of course, passenger princess over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
how about yours?
well, before we move on to me, she missed out a big thing. You're newly
I got
married.
Yeah, we got married. Duh. I'm like, since when? Oh yeah,
since when? Of course.
Yeah, we got married. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
excited as like a newlywed. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, the newlyweds.
The
There you go,
newlyweds.
The newlyweds. There
It's
you
been a good couple months.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Well, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. That's a big thing. I want to travel more and I want to go through all the states more.
Mm-hmm.
For me, let's see. Not a lot has been going on really in my personal life, but like I feel like a wanderer because like now I stay in like either San Carlos or Pacifica and I'm constantly like moving around, which is kind of fun because like as of right now it's like the heat wave, and so staying coastside is really nice when the beach is only like 5 minutes away.
Oh, nice.
So it's hot and humid, but at night it gets cool, and in
Have
the
you been
morning it's
going?
cool. Yeah, so this weekend I'm actually gonna go stay over there in Pacifica. We're gonna go try to bike riding
Oh,
and the coastal trails before it gets too hot. So
Yeah, that sounds amazing. There's so much to see in the Bay Area.
yeah.
So it's really cool, like just rediscovering, and there's so many nooks and crannies. So cool.
I know. It's you know, and it's that's one thing that like Women of Insurance is about. It's like, sure, it may sound redundant, but it's rediscovering, because when you rediscover some things, it's like a nice friendly reminder of like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Or like your why comes back even stronger.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, business wise, how has business been? Like, how was it growing for you in like Florida, and then also with the whole move and transition?
In Florida, I have a little team going over there.
Okay.
So it's good. I think with traveling, I haven't been so much dedicated to the business. It's I haven't had that capacity, but once all of my feet have been landed on the ground, I'm able to like be more present with my team. So I think that's something that I haven't been like so.
You're doing it right now with this episode. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Okay. It's like imposter syndrome, but it's like you gotta. Just being present with my team, and thank God for technology because I'm able to call.
Oh,
I'm able to call them, I'm able to text
Can you
them.
imagine here, messenger bird or messenger pigeon?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well that's good.
And how's your business been going?
So I have taken Jeanette's tips of just posting, and over the holidays and beginning of the year, I was just posting some little things that I saw that triggered people. And I got a couple policies off of that, which is good, and I was able to do a lot of those by myself because I'm usually very part-time in this. I'm just like, here, hi, this is so-and-so, here, do all that, and like learning to put all the back-end stuff, like an illustration together, and like really understanding how to design it for my clients. That was the biggest like aha moment for me. And I'm currently working on an annuity, and just a couple of days ago I saw how to create an annuity, like illustrate an annuity. And of course I had many questions, but you learn as you go, right, depending on clients and stuff. But I look at them like, oh my God, this is so easy. You just need to learn a little bit, and if you have more questions, ask your mentor or your upline. So I'm excited for that. Eugene and I have been going on a lot of like networking events, especially summer. Everyone wants to go out. Like, folks, it's no longer COVID step outside,
Mm-hmm.
go talk to more people, make new friends,
Yep.
right? You just never know who needs you. Like, we've been going, I actually had Eugene come with me to a real estate like investment mixer. And guess what? All those people, like the thing that's been chiming around, it's the people who are flipping there and all the other financial people out there, they're like, actually, all these flippers need to get a life insurance policy because that's where they use the cash value to, you know,
Put back into the business.
put back into the business,
Nice.
to put it back into their investments into a house. Like, that's how people start off. And there was a need. I was just showing up just to, like, out of my curiosity of like, what's it take to be an investor in real estate, right? And it turns out it's like, yo, you can't even really invest if you don't have the liquidity.
Yeah.
And where do you get that? And a lot of them are like, life insurance.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win. Cash value life insurance. Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I also thank you for like kind of bringing that up because like, you know, I was able, as like sharing a win, I was able to help 2 of my clients.
Okay.
So they got a small business loan, like a SBL loan.
Okay.
I might be
One of those
butchering that.
codes.
One of those. They got an SBA loan, and that the people with the SBA loan, they need life insurance as collateral. So because I've been talking about this, because I've been like sharing what I do, my friend actually came to me and was like, hey, do you know anybody who does life insurance? I'm like, hi. And so I was able to help her get collateral to start her business.
Oh my gosh.
And to start her business in St. Pete.
Oh my gosh.
And then her husband actually was like, yo, we've been talking about getting this, let's just, and he ended up getting a policy as well.
Okay,
And
there
so
you
it
go.
was like, I was able to help those two.
Wow,
And
I didn't even
then-
know that.
Yeah. And then I was able to help one of my friends roll over her annuity from her old business. I mean, her old
401k.
company, her old 401k.
Okay.
And I'm currently working on an annuity as well.
Ooh.
Like, something you just gotta think about your own wins. I forget about it.
Yeah, no, those are great. Like, sharing is caring. Always be open to sharing, like, what you do, whatever services that is for us, life insurance, annuities, because you never know who needs it. Like, I didn't know in order to get a business loan, you needed collateral.
Like a small business loan, yeah.
And that's a small business loan. So there's a lot of different aspects that, you know.
And different ways you can work
Yeah.
and like collaborate with other people.
Yeah. Yeah, just like how we collaborate. You do sound bath, I do breath work.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Cool. Those are great. Okay. Oh, we share the real experiences in the insurance industries. We have our wins. Why community matters in insurance.
Oh, okay. So community.
So now that you're back, okay, you know, we have our weekly meetings and also our like Zoom trainings, but also our like events happening. Do you believe that community is important in this type of industry?
100%, because being so far away, even though I know that my mentors are just one call away, one text away, I think having that in person, kind of face to face, like able to just collab and like pop in and having a home base or like an office to go to, I think it's gonna be super what's the word I'm looking for? Super a thing to like boost me. What is that word I'm looking for?
A little kick in the butt?
Yeah, like kind of people like being, it's easier to stay accountable. It's easier to stay accountable because I gotta show up.
Yeah.
I don't have any other excuse. Like
I'm gonna be calling you. Are you coming?
yeah, like I'm
Can we
in
go?
the same
Let's go.
time zone now.
Yeah.
But you know, I think wherever you are, having that community, having the people to like link arms with and like do the things together.
Yeah.
You know, like making our prospect list, actually hitting them up, like having people in the same space doing the same thing. I think that's really important.
People, every time I come here for our weekly trainings, the physical one, or even our big events, like I always get recharged because energy is contagious. Like I remember before I was like, I don't know what they're talking about, but why do I feel this energy of like, I need to do something, right? And so they're also my why, because it's like, they're your friends that you never know you needed, in a sense of like, wow, they believe in me more than I believe in myself. And I think that that's what's contagious, is like another person's belief system is so contagious. And then hearing everyone's stories and just seeing their dedication. Like we have some people like all the way coming from Brentwood and Stockton just to drive out here, and their energy is just so like what I call vivacious, like so vibrant. Like I would have been so tired with a 2-hour drive knowing my princess, you know, attitude, but you see them and you're like, I have no right to complain. Like, holy, like they still got it. They still have good energy. And, you know, I can say some of them are older than us, right? And I'm like, this is how I feel when I'm 30s. Like, I can't be sluggish or anything like that. So I think community matters, and you know, it's great that we're in this industry where we do have that mentorship, that alliance, that leadership, and just good vibes. I think that's so rare to find, you know.
Like a good team.
Yeah, it's not just flashy, it's not just material, like, oh, who's in a nice suit or a nice dress or got the nice bag. It's like real wholeheartedness. Like, it's so holistic in that sense. Yeah, it's organic.
I love it. Yes.
So, with Women of Insurance, let's get back to kind of why we started this in a sense. Do you want to share your intake of maybe your why, your perspective of why, you know, you linked arms with me and just like, let's do this?
Yeah, so in our business, like in financial services, there's so many men. And there's so many men. I mean, they are wonderful, but like, you know, how women and men learn, they're kind of in a different space, you know. And so my why for Women of Insurance was creating a safe space for women to grow together, to have real conversations. I mean, men also, but
thank you for the men that's been joining us too. Thank you and supporting us.
But it's just, you know, just creating more opportunities for women to share their voice, to share their experience, what helps them, because it could be a reminder like, oh, that's a tool I could use for later, and I can use that tool to, you know, maybe de-stress or connect with someone on another level. How I can show up more as a leader, like just with our feminine energy as well.
Yeah, and it's also what I've learned too is my why was the same thing as Tiff's, but also, you know, how as women we can be very emotional, right? But to be around other women who are grounded, who have that emotional intelligence already set, like I want to be around that, because I'm growing up. We're all growing up in different ways and different speeds, but I think bringing those women who are grounded and into this industry is my why, of like just sharing that experience, you know, because as much as we're in this and we're doing it, there's so much to learn still. So much to learn about the industry, so much to learn about community, but I would say so much to learn about ourselves, you know, so I've learned a lot about myself.
Let's see, how about advice for women entering the industry? What kind of advice do you have?
The advice that I have for women going into the insurance industry is write things down. Write your why down so you never forget. That's one. Ask questions. And don't give up with finding the right answer. right? And I think the right answer goes along with your trajectory. Like, you'll get the right answer once you start having momentum in whatever your goal is. And don't be afraid to show up. You know, like I stated, like in the beginning, I just showed up because I was supporting everyone else, especially the significant other, right? But then realizing, like, these strangers are really there. They have success, so they're like, it's attainable. It's actually tangible. Like, it's not a unicorn. Like, you're the unicorn. This can happen. So, oh yeah, and don't lose faith.
Don't lose faith in yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think you really hit a lot of that.
A little bit.
Advice for women entering the industry is, don't give up on finding the right mentor. If one mentor doesn't work for you, there's so many other mentors that will. You know, just gotta shop around, find people that you mesh with, people you align with. And my advice for that is, go with people who have heart, because you know, all the flashiness can only go so far. But if you're learning from someone who's actually teaching you from the heart and who actually cares for you, and who is trustworthy, who says what they're gonna do and shows up, then you know, that's what it is when it comes to like leadership. So finding that person, and it's okay if one person doesn't do it, there's plenty out there in the industry.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, even if they're with another IMO. People just want you to succeed, you know? So
find someone who wants you to win.
We can't be, I mean, it would be nice to be spoon-fed, but if the portion's not right, you're gonna be choking on something, right? So our future topics, any future topics do you like that you want to explore in our upcoming speakers? Or
I think I'm really interested in how to scale business. I want to find a speaker out there who will teach us how to scale our business. Because we've talked about team building, we've talked about communication, we've talked about systems, but how do we scale? I think that's kind of interesting. What else? What other topics do you want to?
That one was actually good. I think we have a good foundation when we first have our speakers. It was great foundational work, but now it's building up and wide, right? So I'm on the same page as you with scaling, because now it's really, here's the system. How do we rinse, repeat, multiply ourselves? And I think that's something that I'd be very interested in. I think for those of you out there, if you guys want to hear about other things, feel free to comment, hit either Tiffany or I up through email or text if you guys have our phone numbers. But let us know what you want to hear. And what is our vision for growing women of insurance? Speaking about scaling.
We did talk about having a retreat. That would be fun.
Oh, actually, we shall have a retreat. So Tiff and I were thinking about having like a retreat, whether it be at a spa or something, just to get together with the women that we've connected with, and men are included too. But this would just be a retreat to just kind of get us grounded and to celebrate us. And we were hoping that we can combine our superpowers with the sound bath and breathwork meditation, and give that as an offer for those of you who want to join us. TBD. To be determined, but it's coming up soon. Not in the summer. I know we just got into spring and it's feeling like summer already, but maybe around the end of summer, fall, where sometimes some people lose the sun and they need a little pick-me-up during that time. So I think that would be good. Send us any suggestions of locations, West Coast preferably. Unless you guys want to go out of state, then feel free
for that too.
We'll try.
We're open.
And any final reflections of the day? Any final reflections of where we're at, what we've done, who we've become,
Yeah, I
what
think.
we've met. Who am I?
Final reflections. Women are just so powerful
Yeah.
and multifaceted. I think, we have just so many layers of different layers of us as humans, but also we're able to accomplish so much.
Yeah.
I can't believe we have done
How many
episodes
This is
already?
our 8th episode. It's a bonus one, but like
Uh-huh.
8 so far.
Yeah.
We've been consistent.
Yes. Cheers to us. And just having booking so many speakers that want to share their insights, their stories, their lessons with the community. That's so huge.
Yeah. And I think I'm really grateful for everyone who has supported Tiffany and I, who have supported Women of Insurance, especially the men. A lot of the men, when they came in, they were like, is it okay?
We're like, yes,
And
come on in.
they gave us space to speak, and I think that's very powerful because maybe for other women, but for me, I can reflect back and I thought that I had no voice in this industry, that it was just go by the book, or like just be so robotic in the sense, to do business like a robot, like to have no soul in it. And then learning from all these women, it's like, you don't have to be that. You can be fully yourself, you can be fully present, and just
be successful.
Thank you everyone for being fully present with us. I know we take a lot of your time. But a tip is you can always listen to us. You don't have to be on camera, and really treat it as a podcast. And hopefully, we get more, and maybe we might change up the name to be Men, and have some men speakers here.
Yeah.
So I think that would be good. Yeah.
All right. If this episode has inspired you, maybe reminded you of a lesson that you learned from previous episodes, or maybe just kind of geared your curiosity, please share this with someone. Please like it and subscribe, and join us for our next episode, which is
in 2 weeks from today. That would be on April 1st. And this is not a joke. It's not April Fool's Day, but it's on April 1st.
Yeah.
That's our next episode. Well, I'm Ezra.
And I'm Tiffany.
And this is Women of Insurance, where we encourage, empower,
and grow together.
together.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.